Good morning and welcome to Gulfstream today. Brian Nadeau and Samantha Perry with you here on a Friday afternoon here as we close down the Royal Palm Meet. 3 days left in this one here, 55 minutes to post. We've got 10 of them for you today, running back a couple of those races that we lost last week, so that's good. Busy weekend here, and how we doing?
Good. It's sun shining, at least for now, and hopefully it continues to shine the rest of the day because we have 2 grass races on the card.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Gang's all here. Ronnie's back. He's coming out. Ronnie Rainbow back
Ronnie
with
Rainbow.
us today. And that Rainbow starts anew today in race number 5 on the 10-race card because we paid out on Sunday, and a lot of people hit. That was good. Very formful Sunday. And again, on one of these mandatory days, over $1 million of new money was put in the pool, so we want to thank everybody for that. But, yeah, it starts anew today in race number 5. Fast and firm. Good to be back on the turf after a little bit of a wild weekend last week.
Wet and wild,
to be sure. Early pick 5 coming at you in about 54 minutes. Take a look at my ticket now here. Not a lot of key scratches or changes on the card, so we like that. $36 early 5. For me, race 2, I've got the 6 on top, Girl Dynamite. Race number 3, I've got the 2 on top, Serenity Path. Race number 4, the 3, Breezy Bella at a short number. I would suspect her to be a short number. And in race number 5, this is one of those races we brought back that we lost last Friday with the cancellation of the second half of the card. I did pick the 6, Lady Lullaby. I don't like that pick, to be perfectly honest with you, but that's where we land there. I'm going to show a stat a little bit coming up that it's not going to flatter me or her at all, but $36 early pick 5. Flat 1-turn mile in the opener. We've got 12-5 maiden claimers going at it here. Fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. It's a clean field of 7, and how we see in this race here. Got kind of everybody mixing and matching here. Worth considering. The race 2 back on the main track is going to make her look pretty good here.
Yeah, it will. And this is the first time on the dirt we'll get to just that 1-turn mile here, which I think should really help. And the last dirt race was not that great at all, but maybe, just maybe, that the distance is what we need.
Well, the scary thing is it wasn't that great. I agree with that, but it also would put her right on the line with this kind of group here. It was for a quarter. It was a quote unquote fast race for the level, so we'll see what we get. Spun to perfection. 2 starts back on the main track at this trip. She ran pretty well. Chased early, tired a little bit late. Blinks come off today. We get a little weight break with Yolber Torres aboard too.
That should help. It's a nice tactical outside post. Has some second quarter speed. I don't want to call the first quarter any type of speed at all, but yeah, I think the blinkers off should help. Sometimes that puts horses more in the mix than you think.
Yeah, here we go with Running High, your 8-5 morning line favorite, and Practical Veil. Running High got necked out last time for the win. That's the good part. The bad part is the time the race with a sundial, and she's no faster than anybody in here.
Nope, and that's the big problem here. And Practical Veil, I think this was a huge price for this horse and a huge race for Practical Veil as well. I do think that Running Hot ran a good race, especially to come up the rail like that. These are the only 2 you need out of this. I know Nipsey comes out of this race as well, but these are, you could even argue that maybe you don't need Practical Veil at all. And in Running Hot, at Practical Veil, I feel like the stretching out to this 1-turn mile on the main track really did help, but I feel like that was maybe the exception, not the rule.
She ran okay. She's got a lot of speed, and she held, all things considered, you probably would have thought she would have hit a wall there, but she held okay. So, we see these races a lot. They stretch out at this trip, and it's tough to make up significant ground when you get to the far turn. Early pick 4 in race number 2. We'll go 5.5 on the Tapeta. 3-year-old fillies are 4 and up, which have never won 2 races here. Tag is 8. Scratch out the 1. That's Early Delivery, the long shot, as well as the 7, Lightning Dust. Now, you've got an early pick 4. The TT pick 3 comes back at you tomorrow.
Yep, it does. So here's my early pick 4 ticket. I am singling right off the rip on $22.50. Every time these never fail to surprise me a little bit. But this is, I'm going to single here. Race number 3, I do have the 1 on top, Triple Threat. Race 4, the 3, Breezy Bella. I do actually scratch into Breezy Bella. I had Not Guilty on top, so I lost that pick. And then in race number 5, the bring back race you alluded to, which I don't have any more of a clue what to do this Friday than I did last Friday, so throw a dart at it. I think that maybe Wild Outsider, that Lucky Win Coco, I find her really, really interesting from the outside post, the 9. So 22.50.
Well, I got to tell you, if you got an opinion in the 5th race, you swing away because the favorite, we assume, is going to be Lady Lullaby, and
Yeah.
she doesn't have to win.
Not
That
at
is
all.
for sure. So here's the thing about race 2. You got a single on the horse that's to beat. That's the 5 fully entitled. She'll be favored, probably stiffly in here.
Yeah.
Boy, she's a tough horse to trust.
Oh, extremely. But I just, against a group like this,
Sure.
she's supposed to win. Now, does that mean she will? No. It remains to be seen because she's kind of got some Jekyll Hyde in her. I think maybe you can say the sloppy track effort, it was just so-so. Maybe she wants a fast main track. Now, will we get that at 123? I don't know.
Where's her
We'll see.
speed been, huh?
That's weird.
Don't
Right.
like
Yep.
that.
I do agree. That's not a great sign.
Girl Dynamite, the dirt race 2 starts back was pretty darn good. It was
Yep.
off a switch to Ron Coy. It was off a little bit of a freshening as well. Hey, you're supposed to see it out when you're 2 lengths clear
Yeah.
and deep stretch, but she ran pretty well.
Oh, yeah, she definitely did. It's these two in this race, I feel like. Just
I
these
think
two. Yeah.
you're supposed to get through with those two. Mean to me is fine, but I think she's a little. I know she ran well last time, but I still think she's up against it.
Yeah, I think she is too. She did run well. I don't want to knock her too much, but still, you'd have to convince me a little bit more
I
with
agree.
her. Yeah.
Clean field of 7. In race number 3, 17.5 maiden claimers here. 2-year-old fillies will go at it on a fast main track. 6 furlongs is the distance. Here we go. Triple threat for
Yeah.
you. The old Samantha angle. We're going
Yep.
to try something new today. Main track.
Yeah, the sire is 25% with dirt sprints. So why not a horse like this? You know, it's funny. This was actually going to be my long shot, and Not Guilty was my best bet. And upstairs, they were like, "Hey, did you switch these?" I thought for sure that this horse would be a little bit of a price, but nope. Lo and behold, no. I just thought, well, they've never bet her before, so that's why.
She's dropping.
Yeah.
There's a lot of horses you can't play in here.
Yeah, fair.
I'm assuming they're going to bet the 2. She is your morning line favorite. If not, we've got a decent stat here for Antonio. Anytime he's going to reach for Edgard, it's go
It's a good
time.
sign, yeah.
Right? The debut, I know the debut looks like she got beat up a little bit, but Tessa Light is good. The 3rd-place finisher comes back to win. It's a good stat here, 24%.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
not a big one, but maiden special weights and maiden claimers, dirt sprints here, and it's 24%. I would expect her to be closer today too after she basically didn't break in her debut.
Exactly. She's got to be, and like you said, it's always a great sign whenever he reaches out for Edgard. So there's that.
Yeah, you got to check the tote board here. There are a few firsters that could be bet, including the 6 Turkish Flame Carlos David here, a 2-year-old purchase Tathqueef.
Tathqueef. Yeah, there's not much here at all, but we'll get the apprentice aboard. She's had 2 mounts and has been okay in both of those. So I like the fact that Carlos David's giving her a shot. Hey, everything that he brings to the paddock, usually they're ready to rumble. So you have to watch out.
Stat, I thought it was today. I guess it's tomorrow that
Oh.
I have it. 1 for 13 for this barn the last 3 weeks.
Interesting.
Take note
That's
of that.
wow.
We
all
kind of
right.
speculated last
We
week.
did,
Maybe
yeah.
we'll
You're right, and I think you're onto something there.
do a little fade job
Yeah.
there. Grand Threat's taking the big drop for Barboza. If she's got anything, and that remains to be seen because they haven't bet her at all, you're going to see it today.
I hope so.
But-
That's the thing. Horses like the 2 and the 3, they're dropping, but man, you can't run
No.
just a little bit.
A little bit. I agree totally. Race 4 now, 5.5. On the Tapeta, 17.5 claimers. Your 3-year-old fillies are 4 and up, which have never won 3 races. Scratch out to 7, Not Guilty. Great
Yep.
George Harrison song, by the way. It was supposed to be a Beatles song, but it didn't make it. Full of knowledge here, right?
I like it.
Amicio, he's up at Saratoga because he's going to ride Mythical in the Grade 1 Spin Away tomorrow, but he's off his mounts today. We want to wish him the best of luck. Edgard Zaya's going up there tomorrow with a bunch of live mounts as well. But Omo 10 Girl, the 1, will be ridden by Wilfred Vasquez. So take note of that. Wilfred Vasquez on the 1. Hey, it's Breezy Bella. We'll show it to you. She's got to win in here, right?
She has to. I would think so. She's one that especially with the scratch of not guilty too. Look, she's got speed if she wants to use it. I love the fact that we're on the Tapeta here today because I feel like that's more her game. Yeah, she squeaked out a third last time out, but that was just because she has her speed. Coco Barrio, you've gotten this horse home.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a pretty nice horse, actually, and the fact that she ran like that is a great sign.
She'd be 1 to 100 in here.
Right.
Talk about taking the worst of it. You're inside chasing, pressing, dueling
Yeah.
with Coco Barrow, and you never got off the one path
Exactly.
the entire way
Not
around.
really where you want to
It's
be.
not where you want to be, exactly. So this is her race to throw away, if
Yeah.
I can quote Pete, to be sure. Now, Omo 10 Girl she is interesting.
Yep.
I put her in second. She's probably going to be in front in here, and she's got good form.
She does. Where have you been?
Well, that's fair.
That's the big question because she comes off that second place finish and it was a really good one. And then she goes to the bench for a little bit. So it's not ideal. Being a fresh horse in a race like this is not a bad thing, but you sometimes have to question it a little bit. Maybe wait one.
You know, your pick makes sense for second because if the favorite, you know,
Yep.
fries everybody else on the front end, here's old Vallesta. She's going to run on late for
Yep.
Willoughby Simpson.
Yep, and she made a huge move out the back in that last race. I like her a lot more than Party Shaker if you are looking at that race because Vallesta was very wide and just the way that she finished for third, I'm not even sure how she did it because that
Yeah.
was just a really impressive move. You don't want to see her that far back. We welcome back Mia Nichols as well, the 7-pound apprentice, and she has been on her before.
Yep, I had her. She was a lot bigger than 5 and 6 wide. I
Yeah,
had her,
you're
I had
right.
her 8 wide
Yeah,
in that
it
race.
was
Wide,
huge,
wider
yeah.
and widest. So
There
yeah,
you
and she does fire every time. You got to respect that.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter the surface either. She'll offer a little value as well. Take a quick break here. 4 down, 6 to go on this 10 race Friday card. And that means the Rainbow kicks off in race 5. When we come back, we'll have Ronnie's ticket. Stay tuned.
And they're off.
Win big with new DRF All Access Past Performances. With one best-in-class product, you now get all 3 past performance formats. Easily switch between views. Access the most trusted information in horse racing with DRF All Access Past Performances. Go to DRF.com and use coupon code 1FREEPP for a free single card today.
Welcome back to Gulfstream today. Brian and Samantha with you here on a sunny Friday afternoon. 10 races for you, and Rainbow Six kicks off in race number 5, as we said, over $1 million of new money on Sunday. So we'll start anew today. That pool's always pretty healthy. Let's see what Ronnie's got. He's back from his tour de force up there at Saratoga, and he's got a 38.40.
Hey, we both hit the Rainbow Sunday.
We did, yeah.
So take that,
Yeah.
Ronnie Rainbow. I would have hit it on Friday too. I
Got me half a glass of wine, I think, after my my profits.
Here it is, 38.40, and he's got a single in race number 8, which is Raging Fury for Nolan Ramsey. Definitely a huge player in a nice state-bred allowance optional claiming event. Race number 9, he is spreading. That's a 5 furlong on the grass race. It's a competitive one.
Yeah, I agree.
Feel like, as to be expected, a lot of these horses were maybe planning for the Tapeta, which, hey, they still could be. We don't know what's going to happen at 5:21, but that we'll take that on if we get there. And the 3 and the 4 in the last race. I know you like depth perception, risk factor. This horse.
No, I don't like that.
Wait, I thought you had this horse.
No,
as
the
your
old man in me transformed the numbers. I like my long shot is in there.
Oh, okay,
3
I
little
thought this
birds.
was your long shot.
No,
Okay,
no.
so all right, now I
Nah.
understand what I was late to the party, but
Yeah.
now I get it. All right, because I saw this was your long shot,
Right,
but no.
right.
All right, never mind then. 38.40.
The horse, I have the horse in there. It's a Bouchero trying the Tapeta.
Right,
we don't
right.
see it anymore if you're not in the loop because our buddy Bouchero went up to New York to take his game up there,
know.
right?
Yeah.
Tapeta legend.
Yeah.
I mean, the Tapeta sire. We don't see it much in Florida anymore, but you got to take note. There's actually a couple of them this weekend. There's one on Sunday, I think, for Robert Smith dropping too
Yeah.
in a wildly competitive DePita race. Okay, so we said we've got 10 today, and we had to cancel the last 4 with that crazy rain last Friday. This is the first race we've brought back. 5
Yep.
furlongs on the turf in a maiden special weight here for the 2-year-old fillies. The rails out at 66 feet. Scratch the 4 Money Rules, who could have been a runner in here. Speaking of Robert Smith, the homebred for him, she is out. Catalonia, I've got experience here for D'Angelo.
I don't think that's a bad thing in a race like this at all, to be honest. This race here, again, I'm more confused by it. I wish we could have run it last week because it's so tough. None of these horses, and we said the exact same thing this time last Friday. None of these horses are, one, really bred for turf or really have any back breeding at all. But if anything, this horse has a race, like you said, has a little bit of speed. The sire last week was 1 for 19 with turf sprints,
Yeah.
so I'll have to see what that number's at now.
I like the speed. Didn't bet this horse on debut, which is a little
No.
iffy. Now we'll try turf. Hey, experience is a huge,
Yeah.
huge deal in these races. So Safi and E5 have Lady Lullaby. She's a 6. She's supposed to be favored in
Yep.
here. They paid 50. Silver State was all dirt for Steve Asmussen, but you get Edgard here. The work tab looks good, but it's a guessing game. And then I found this stat.
I'd love to see
We
this
got to
one.
show it. We got to, we got to do our due diligence here. This is not a good set.
Wow.
3 in the money is just as much.
Amazing. Well, here's another one for it as well.
0 for 15.
The sire,
Yep.
0 for 20 with first-time starter.
Yeah.
So this will be the first-time starter to win.
Yeah, and I don't like this pick, to be perfectly
No.
blunt with you. But here's the things about it. I've said this a lot. I don't really care about pedigree turf sprinting.
That's fair.
This
Yeah.
is a fast, firm, hard turf course
Yep.
over there. I don't care about it that much. She's going to be ready to run.
That's the thing. You
What
kind
that
of have
mean-
to
yeah.
ignore that. But then you look at the stat with Safi and you wonder,
Yeah.
well,
Now, what that means at 3:02 in the PM when she's facing other horses, I don't know. But
Right.
she's going to be prepared to run. Here, Stella Bionda is the other D'Angelo. This is a first or a homebred here.
yeah, it has one sibling to win, and it was on the turf sprinting. So
I want to mention
first time out, by the way.
First time out. Okay. I want to mention one horse that is interesting. Remember when we carded this race last Friday? Dante Zanelli actually had the one horse too off that 35 wild workout.
Yeah.
Okay. That horse scratched. He saw this race. Okay. That horse scratched. He's actually in for 35 tomorrow or Sunday. I forget. He's going to run this horse now.
Interesting.
I do think it's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. The barn struggled this year. They paid $25 for a Medaglia d'Oro. There's got to be some kind of story there.
Yeah.
You get a speed rider in Raj here, a couple fast works. I'm just, something maybe off the wall
Maybe.
in this spot. The Bridalwood Homebred, the 5-time for Peace, is probably going to be better on turf.
Probably.
Bet her a little bit. I don't know. There's a lot going on. It's a tough race to kick off
It
the
is
Rainbow.
very tough, yeah.
To be sure. Late pick 5 comes at you in race 6. We'll go 6 on a fast main track. 25 starter allowance here. 3-year-olds and up. Cipriano Gill's going to ride the 7. Lucky Old Son. Late pick 5 for Miss Samantha. We'll take a look at it now.
Yep, and it is a nice little sequence. I have a $36 play here. Race 7, as we'll get into this race in a moment. It was scratched down, but Violence and Peace, if this horse can get back to the last race, she should be gone goodbye, pardon me. Race number 8, I do have Lasso on top, but again, take note of the Carlos David barn. I am spreading in that race, though. Race number 9, I'm just going to single Hot Cargo. I do think that she's just a little bit better than this group here. And in race number 10, the 4 on top. Oh, wait, no. Do I have the 4 on top? I do have the 4 on top. Death Perception. Wow. I
Maybe
didn't
that's
realize
why
that.
you were trying to think.
Maybe.
All right. I got my best bet in here. I saw you. Do you have Mr. Peaks on top?
Yes.
We got to catch up with him with Bo
Yeah.
Chapman. That was pretty cool. If you caught the podcast, he's in there. He's kind of a ham.
Yeah.
I think this is a good claim because to me,
Yep.
I know he won last time, so you have to face better, but this is the only horse with any upside in this race.
Absolutely. And it's a horse that Bo Chapman is familiar with. It worked out great for everybody here. It was a nice comeback to the races that day. He was supposed to win. He did it impressively. Gulfstream, he comes back and wins nicely as well, granted for cheap. But this race still, there's not a lot going on, and he's tactical, and I think the 6 furlongs is really his game.
Yeah, I agree. That was the toughest 25 where you're ever going to see
Yeah.
here on July 5th. You know, his stablemate Gulfstream, as you said, won. I think he won for 12.5. The next
Yeah,
out is what
exactly.
it is, but he won, and those are two horses that just towered over
Yeah.
everybody. Nothing Subtle is going to be in tomorrow.
I think so, yeah.
He's one of the new shooters in that race we
He
brought
is,
back.
yeah.
It's a good race,
is.
too. Let's show him, back him up, and Nishume, who kind of threw down last
They
time,
did.
and they ran really well.
Very, very well. And I almost wonder if these two, will they pay the price for this
Well,
here?
that's
Because
possible.
Back 'em Up was in the lead before we started this replay and came back firing again. And they couldn't bet enough on Back 'em Up this day. And we ran to the money. Now, the way he won, I'm shocked. And Nishume ran an absolutely bang-up race as well. Does this race come back to him, Brian? I mean, they really went at it. And that's tough to come back from.
Yeah, and that's why I didn't put either of them in the exacta
Yeah.
adversaries in the deep end of the pool today. But
Mm-hmm.
his last dirt race was a romp, albeit against nothing.
Yep.
But he's got a little bit of a rating gear. You got Shibwe, you got Nishume, you got the back 'em up. They're all going to be involved one way or the other. Maybe adversary falls into a trip here.
Yeah, possibly.
And Shibwe, Shibwe,
Runs
he's actually
hard.
put two good races together.
Yep.
Because the Golden Gorilla I thought was going to blow up the rainbow on Sunday
Yeah,
when they
thought
hit
so
the far
too.
turn.
Yeah, he looked like he was going to.
He ran very,
Yeah.
very well in the stakes on Sunday. Let's go to race 7, late pick 4 here. 6 furlongs on a fast main track, $25,000 maiden claimers, fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. 2 scratches, the 4 Tappet Smiles, the 7 Andrina D, and Jonathan Ocasio will ride the 2. Late pick 4 for me. I'll show the ticket now. Just $9, 2 huge favorites to kick it off. In race number 8, here's the race here it is right here. Excuse me, Nothing Subtle's in today.
Yep.
This is another bring-back race that got way tougher with 2 good new shooters in it. Raging Fury on top for me, the 2-horse. In race number 9, the 3, Hot Cargo, back on the turf for Laura Cazares. And in race number 10, my long shot is the 1.
There we go.
3 Little Birds, exactly. There we go. Okay, so here's the thing. Violent and Peace was, show the replay, guys.
Yeah.
Samantha's got this horse on top. Violent and Peace was 3-5 last Friday on the morning line.
Yeah.
That was her 12-5. This is a way tougher group for
I
a
agree.
quarter today.
Yep, I absolutely agree. You've got to run these races when they come up because look what happens to them. They only get 7 horses, and then we end up only with 5. So you've got to run in a spot like this. Now, I get it. It's not a good look, the fact that this horse is claimed off of Safi. Could never catch Chancelicious. Now, she did try hard, but
She
she
did.
just never was able to get there. And now we're first off the claim for Oscar Gonzalez. So you wonder which way she's going to go, but you got to run.
Yeah, it's a good sign that he put her in for a
Yeah.
quarter. She was in, like I said, 12-5 last Friday. 3-5 on the morning line last week. That's how
Wow.
easy the race was. You got Alluring Serenity in here now. It wouldn't shock me at all if she goes off favored in this race. I didn't make her favorite,
Yep.
but it wouldn't shock me. What a good post for her as well.
It is. She can, especially with a condensed field like this, and she doesn't have a lot of early foot, but the good news with this group and for her at the same time is horses are pack animals, so she can just sit and track. I don't think she's going to let them get too far away, and the drop in class certainly is going to help. My biggest qualm with her is the $35,000 level is a level she was in. She started out for 17.5. Is it really a drop? I mean, it is, yes, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, this is her level. She can't
Yeah.
play with a maiden special.
No.
Not that she ran poorly last time. Dance to Remember, good, bad, good, bad, good,
I
bad.
don't know.
Very tough to trust.
Yeah, absolutely. But I do like the fact that she's back on the dirt.
Back on the dirt today. Okay, here's another run back. Race number 8 now. State bred optional claimer for 3-year-olds and up. We'll go 7 on a fast main track. Everybody's here. Just a jock switch on the 5. That's Expect the Best. Leonel Reyes will get aboard. So I mentioned it. The initial 7 that we had last Friday are here.
Yep.
But Blast Radius and Nothing Subtle jumped into this race.
Yep.
They can win.
Yep.
They're 6 and 8 to 1 on the morning line. They're players in this race. This race got way tougher.
Yeah, it did.
Lasso for you?
Yeah, I am spreading in this race, so I don't
Yeah.
have the strongest opinion at all. But this is my last try with Lasso today. If it's a sloppy track at 4:48 in the afternoon, which it could be, He's not one that I'm going to be happy I made my ticket more expensive with, because I didn't think he liked it at all last time.
Two things happening here. Last time Lasso was with Statebreds, he ran off with a
That's
huge
true.
number.
Yep.
But his two subsequent races at 5 and 4 to 1 were not good.
No.
Carlos David takes over. We'll see what we get from him. Raging Fury, we'll show the replay. Got totally fried by Trace Coronas. You know, that Charlestown race he was in was 2 turns that they brought
It
him
was,
up there to
yep,
do?
they did, yeah, and he was not
Second
good.
to last.
Yeah,
No, he's
not good.
beating a football field, but he's a really good and fast horse. Let's show you Raging Fury, because what happened here was Raging Fury, he could have easily been second, but they tried to win the race, and because they tried to win the race, it cost him second because he got totally fried by a horse that is
Good.
good.
Yeah, very good. And like you said, this middle move was huge
Yeah.
that he made, but he was just, nobody was going to catch Trace Coronas
Nope.
that day. That was 2 wins in a row for Trace Coronas. There's no Trace Coronas here, and
Nope.
this horse for the Ramsey Nolan barn's a really big player. And,
Yeah.
oh, by the way, if he gets any moisture in the track, it's really going to help him,
Yeah.
because he's never been out of the money in it.
And he's also second off a pretty sizable layoff
Yep.
now as well. And he's going to fire a big shot.
Yeah.
Remember last week, Ticking was my long shot?
Yes, yes.
Ticking was 8 to 1 last week. He's 15 now. That's how
Yeah.
much tougher
This
this
race
race
got,
got.
yeah.
You know, Miami Frank, I thought he couldn't lose 2 back. He ran fine. Don't get me wrong. They brought him up to Colonial,
Yep.
and he didn't like it up there.
No, he didn't, but that was a tough race. It wasn't against Statebreds, but I
Yeah.
agree. The race 2 starts back. I know he's first off the trainer change, but you thought that he was going to run a little bit better, but
I did.
we'll try him one more time here, I
And
think.
to be fair, that dirt track at Colonial, where we see him 44 and 4 fractions
Right.
up there. They can't go fast
Right.
enough up there. It's very difficult to close up there. This is a good one in race number 8. And again, Blast Radius, Nothing Subtle. They come in off an open company 2nd and 3rd in an optional claimer.
Exactly.
I mean, these guys are heavy hitters in here, to be sure. Late double kicks off in race 9, back on the turf today. We love that. 5 furlongs and a starter optional claimer. Fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. Rails out at 66 feet. Scratch the long shot 2. Pop Style is out. Jonathan Ocasio will get on the speed of the 6. Vindicate Cha, both on the same horse. I think she's going to like the turf today, right?
Well, that's it. You look at her past performances. She's the only one in the race that has multiple grass wins.
Yeah.
Now, there are a couple in here, but Musical Design has 3, but Hot Cargo's double that, and nobody else is close. So I
Yeah.
think at the end of the day, she is a true grass horse. Again, 0 for 12 on the Tapeta. If this comes off, then I don't know what to
Yeah,
tell
it's
you.
a great point. She's 2 for 3 on our turf. She's 3 for 3 in the exacta. We go off the claim today for Laura Cesara. She's had a really solid Royal Palm meet. The race goes through her, to be sure. Free to roams down on the inside. You'll know her late, that's for sure.
Yep, absolutely. Will you get that kind of trip? Will they go quick enough up front?
Yeah.
Possibly. At least she does have a turf win, but again, more underneath slices than on top.
Yep, and Call Me Spicy on the outside. Let's show her.
Yes.
Okay, Royally Blue's going to win the race. Lido Beach splits them. Call Me Spicy in 3rd. A blanket on the line.
Well, this is one of those races that you look at it, and if I told you that Royally Blue won this race, you would think, no way. I mean, she was trucking, but usually they don't come back to you here, and this was a big effort. Now, I wanted to show this. I know it's on the Tapeta. Hey, there's still a chance, but at least you know that these are all horses that, one, like the Tapeta, 2, run well across it. Royally Blue ran really big here, but this is one of those things that you like to say, like when they all finish in a blanket like that, how strong is the race?
I agree with that. I mean, that Tapeta can do that, though, but
That's
yes,
fair.
I agree with that on a whole. Stop betting Vindicate Cha-Cha, everybody, please. She never, ever finishes.
Yeah.
She's a problem, though, with Hot Cargo. They're going to go wild
That's-
up
yeah.
front. They know they like to bet Vindicate Cha-Cha,
Yeah, they
but
do.
she just hits a wall every single time in deep stretch. Race number 10. Wrap it up here. 5:51 in the PM. 5.5 on the Tapeta. 17.5 maiden claimers here. Scratch out the 7. That is Hillbilly Bob. You're on that Bouchero. Depth perception. A firster for John Vinson. The number 4.
Yeah, well, look, risk factor doesn't seem like he wants to win by any sense of the mean. I like the fact that Edwin Gonzalez gets here. There's some quick works, of course, on the page. Haven't seen him. I would rather see him than make a pick like this on a first-time starter. But, hey,
Yep.
they're not asking a lot for him. And like you said, these Boucheros are awesome on the Tapeta and first time. him out. This is the first foal from an 8-year-old dam, which I kind of find interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so.
You know, if you're not in the loop, because Bouchero, now we don't see a lot of them anymore, the most prolific Tapeta sire we've seen down here at Gulfstream Park. He's up in New York now. We got to know his owner. I mean, this is a very, very good horse.
Yeah.
And sire of Bookham Dano.
Yep.
How about that?
Isn't that awesome?
The best sprint horse in the country,
right,
in the world. I don't know. What a cool horse. Paco rides him so well. Long shot, 3 Little Birds, the one for me. Broke dead last. Now, a lot of these horses are coming out of the 726 race. That hot take Jake one. He's in this weekend.
Tomorrow, I think, yeah.
Put that in your handicapping bag. 3 Little Birds, kind of sort of had a there off your lose type of race. He's down inside again. I'm just going to hope he's going to be better this time.
I hope so. We get a weight break, which in a race like this, that's it's such a key kind of asset to have, or just good in general. And he did have speed at some point.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, like you said, he drew the rail again.
That was a good race. I think the other thing too, we talk about this a lot. He was Oscar Gonzalez cut him back from essentially 8.5 on the Tapeta to 5.
Yeah.
That is like a punch in the face.
Big
that is
wake-up
such
call.
an about face.
Yeah.
Then he blows the star. I'm hoping we break with the field today. Their speed, I couldn't agree with you more. Listen, risk factor is 8 to 5 in here. Could be lower than that. Clearly the horse to beat, but boy, oh boy, I got to see a little more from you before I want to jump aboard. At a short number. So good card today. 10 of them for you. Rainbow in race number 5. We'll take a look at the lightning round now. As we said earlier, this is closing weekend of the Royal Palm meet. So next Friday, the Sunshine meet will be at you. So I think the gold medal has long been decided.
Yeah.
In the
absolutely
trainer standings.
Yep.
And jockey standings.
It has indeed. 92 wins for Edgard, and that's great. And Misael, Miguel, Edwin, Jose, all these guys are just riding very well. It's cool to see Miguel kind of peeked his head in front here.
Yeah, so here's something to note, though. Misiel's off today. He's at Saratoga tomorrow. So if Miguel or Edwin have or Jose Morelos, for that matter, have a prolific weekend, they've got a real chance.
They do, for second.
For second. Third is up for grabs, to be sure. Trainer standing. Safi's got a bunch of runners up at Saratoga tomorrow. There's Jose, just 5 behind, and Carlos David. So there's your 3, to be sure. And Edgard's got live mounts tomorrow, all from a bunch of different people at Saratoga.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Like to see that, too. We'll talk about Mythical. Great day of racing across the country tomorrow.
Yeah.
That is literally front and center, filled with championship meet horses. That's pretty cool. But we got a good one here tomorrow as well. The Black Diamond Cat. Hades Catalytic and Relampo
Verde.
Yeah, they all ran very, very well.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Catalytic, I'm fine with the DQ. I don't think he was ever going by.
Nope. It was the right call.
Yeah, I agree.
Absolutely. Hades, wow. I say what you want about him, or whatever which way, but he ran his eyeballs out this race, and it's very unfortunate. I think he thinks he won, which is a good thing, I mean, they don't know that they get DQ'd, but he ran his eyeballs out. He did the most work out of everybody that race. It's cool to see everybody, like the gang, all back here again. I don't know. Will that hurt them at all? Not hurt them, but will they come back from that race in any which way? You wonder. But Hades, it's great to see him come back to that form again.
Big throwdown there. Short stretch finish line, mile of 16 tomorrow. That was 9 furlongs there. Kids Day. This is pretty cool now. September 13th, kind of usher in the end of summer. So kids have a fun day here at the track, and it's going to end with an outdoor movie. That's pretty cool. You're a big movie buff.
Yeah. Racing Stripes. It's they turn a zebra into a racehorse.
Okay. There you go. So take note of that. And, that'll be a very busy Saturday here. That's something to look forward to. How about your best bet today?
Do I have a best bet today? Oh.
No,
I guess
you don't.
I don't.
Mr. Peaks for me, our buddy that we caught up with in your long shot.
That's a great question, actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
triple threat. No,
Oh,
I
you
don't
know
think
what?
we're
That
gonna
was
get
what
there.
we that. Okay, so my best bet is triple threat. That was it.
I
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
have a long shot in the finale. It's the one, three little
There you go,
birds. Thanks
proper
to the
one.
boys
Yeah.
upstairs doing some bookkeeping for me. That's it. Ronnie's back. I promise you. Rainbow Six in race 5, and Pete Aiello is upstairs. We'll get it going here in about 15 minutes. Opener coming at you in 20. Best of luck today.
Thoroughbred Aftercare Alliance, we believe